Hello again. This is one more edition of our video blog, and welcome. This week we are talking about something rather elusive and sometimes a little hard to nail down. Assumptions, projections, and reality. Now, those first two items are definitely sort of up in your head stuff. And once you start assuming someone else knows what's going to happen, if so-and-so knew such and such about me, they would think badly. Well, you're assuming, right? You don't know what they think. You're projecting what might be the outcome, and neither one have anything to do with reality. Very tough to find. Especially for someone who's been wrapped up in addiction for a while. Drinking or using clouds the mind. And while you're wrapped up in addiction, and I'll speak for myself here, when I was wrapped up in my addiction, all I could do was a lot of projections. I had no touch with reality. I was assuming if somebody knew I'd actually put a dent in the car, such and such was going to happen. And I would get wrapped up in it. I would obsess about it. And then when the truth finally came out, none of my projections or assumptions were correct. It was okay. I was expecting something a whole lot worse. But by that time, my head was on to the next event or situation. So-and-so knew such and such, oh no, what's going to happen? And that was my reality for a very long time. Once we find recovery, all those old habits just don't go away because you're no longer drinking or using. You have to find a way to actually let go of this behavior. And a lot of it is around surrender. You don't know what people are thinking. You don't know what the outcomes of situations are going to be. And the more you stay up in your head about them, the less you're actually working on reality of what is around you and how things really are. I know that's pretty confusing. I know it was for me. The more you can step back from a situation and very critically say, I have no bearing on the outcome. It's going to be what it's going to be. And surrender the outcome to your higher power. The more you're freed up to be in reality, to be positive and not live in the negative. Some of the things we can do to help stay in the positive and surrender is journal. Put some of these thoughts down on paper. Let that page go. Burn it. Give it to your God box. Whatever you need to do. But give it back. Allow it to be somewhere else other than up in your head. This can help you stay in the moment, in reality, and not obsessing. Even though I've had a few years in recovery, sometimes this old habit comes back to haunt me. And I need to remind myself of some of the basic little tools I use. And that is to journal and just get it out of my head, onto paper, and out. I know it sounds very simplistic to do that, but quite frankly, it works. And honestly, do you need the what ifs in your life when you don't have control? You can be wrapped up in fear. You can be wrapped up in the negative and allow your life to spiral down. For me, that ends up with me being cranky, sad, out of touch, and quite frankly, not being a very ineffective person in my life. I grow inwards instead of being outwards, where people are, where I can reach them and remain connected with those who want to live in the positive, in the solution. Takes a reminder sometimes. That's what connection and community is all about. Staying isolated can just leave us being very sad and inward-seeking people. I hope I've brought some clarity to this subject, and giving a dog or a cat a big hug never hurts. Thank you for dropping by and visiting us on our blog. I hope you feel it is in your heart to comment or perhaps leave a question or suggestion for next week's subject. I know this week's subject was in response to a comment left on our Facebook page. Please, we love all comments and suggestions. Thank you again, and I hope we all walk hand in hand with each other and our higher powers. Thank you.